And hi, this is a rare tarot find number 2 of my estate sale tarot find series, where I document rare, vintage, and out-of-print tarot decks discovered in an estate sale collection. So in this walkthrough, I'm showing the full Nigel Jackson Tarot Deck, including the cards and the guidebook and the box and the packaging condition, the artwork, and collector details before the deck moves on to its next home. So these decks will be listed soon on my eBay or Etsy store. I'll put in the comments where they are for sale, or if they have already sold, or if I'm keeping it. So tell me in the comments, would you keep this deck, read with it, or sell it to another collector? So let's get started. Hi, I'm Hawthorn Moon Tarot. Thank you for being here. This is a video from my series. I got an estate sale. I got 75 different decks in that estate sale. They're all from 1985 to 2011. So a lot in there I have never seen. She did have some duplicates, but we're going to go through them together because there's so many in here I've never heard of, never seen. We're going to do today with the Nigel Jackson Tarot. Have not seen that. It comes in a box. What does it say? So 2000. Copyright is 2000. I have looked up so many of these. These are printed in Belgium, mini book and packaging in the US. So the cards, whoa, hi, yeah, you'll see why that happened in a second. Must have been shipped to the US and the packaging and the book are done there. 2000, obviously our money was not worth as much as the American. That did change and then it went right back to where it's worth crap. So it's a 78 card deck with a 160-page mini book. And it is from Llewellyn. Classical, medieval, and Renaissance occult symbolism. So the accompanying mini book presents the artist's groundbreaking new theory about the connection between high words, Pythagorean numerology, and the timeless symbolism of the tarot. And see, what have I not seen? There's that. Okay. I mean, these are beautiful, honestly. You can see that I don't know if she ever cracked the spine on this. It's not even, it hasn't really been open, so I'm going to be so super gentle. Okay, it talks a little about the author. Publication 2000, so it's 26 years old. I will be gentle. Dedication to my wife. Oh, Nigel. You can write to the author. That's interesting. Chapter 1. It goes through. Now, one thing I do notice in this book, look how wide the margins are. How much do you get? Here's the Hermit. So you don't get pictures, but the Hermit is about a page and a little. The Sun, so that's the majors. Okay, so reading fortunes with the cards, and you go through them again. And then, oh, now we get into the minors. So swords, and you only get that much. You've got a paragraph. It's got some spreads. That was a little blip. Did you see that? What was that? Funny fold when they were printing. A printing error. The paper kind of folded in there. And then they got other things that to order call the number. The internet was not big in 2000. People, remember there was a time before the internet. The Witch's Tarot, I do have that one. That's interesting. Oh, I could go through this and tell you what I have. I have that one. I've gone through them all. Fairy Wick, I don't think I have that. Coin Divination, no. 3 books of occult philosophy, I don't have that. And Witch's Runes, yes, I have that. So I have 3 of them in the back. Here's the back. Back then they were freer. Okay. Don't push it. All right, I will. So now we have these beautiful boxes. That's one thing I noticed where things have changed. None of these have beautiful boxes. They're all cardboard. Like now we have magnetic closures. And this is one thing, and I'll show you some awful ones. This is much nicer. It's got the images on it if you want to look. Images. I mean, they're beautiful. The style is still going strong today. I do notice that. But it's just it's like a tuck box, but it's not a tuck because, and you'd think they'd have a way to open. You have to, okay. So it opens. So it's a tuck box that basically opens this way instead, but it's really flimsy. I mean, if I was just It's going to come out. There's nothing holding back. And there we go. Okay, so you can see that they just glued it. That's how they used to do her. The backs, are these regular size? Let's see. Oh, they're bigger. So this is a regular Rider-Waite-Smith. We'll put this on. So it is like Oracle card nowadays, isn't it? Very much so. And here's the back. Here's the moon. Look at that moon. So I'm guessing with their system, there's the devil. Did I zoom in a bit? There's the moon, devil. So I'll just go through these as we talk. Okay, can't do that. Glad a lot of these have clothing. It wasn't so prevalent. Keys, and we have the disciples, and we have, the crowns, but he's wearing a glove and he's not wearing a glove. I'm going to look that up. Is that meaningful? The fifth card bears the image of the pontiff clad in episcopal purple, giving the sign of benediction with the cross keys of the spiritual world upon his breast. The supreme vicar of God, the Pontifex Maximus.
5 minutes later.
Explain the cards. It did not explain that. If you look at that, that is the, I'll put it here. I'll put it right here, what I'm saying. Which is interesting, and it's on theirs. So then you look at another part and you go the Pope. And the Pope is genuine spiritual knowledge and inspiration, religious teachings, revelation, and long-established doctrine, knowledge of higher things, instruction, devotion, healing. Reverse, it's a false piety and bogus spirituality, religious oppression, and sterile dogma. Don't write like that anymore, do we? Here we go. The Emperor. See, they've got all these little, the Empress, Death, Five of Cups. See, this is interesting. Five of Cups usually has 3 cups turned over. All of them are here, and all of them are in the sky. The Pope has, okay, so that's where I went wrong. Fortitude, so that would be strength. Same lion and lady. Temperance. Now with this temperance, you'll notice that both feet are on the ground. One is usually in the water. 5 of coins. So these coins are not in a church window, and these people are begging. The 7 of coins. 2 of coins. 6 of coins. He's feeding birds, not people. 9 of staves, so that would be wands. 7 of cups. Now, interesting, there's nothing in those cups. Usually the 7 of cups have all the different options in there, but those are empty. 2 of cups. 9 of swords. Okay, can't show her. The 3 of swords. So we still have, but only one sword is in the heart. The Tower. No, that's a Tower of Babel. The Fool. Love the ears. And it's a cat, not a dog. And a butterfly. The Chariot. So we have 4 horses, not 2 sphinxes. The 6 of cups. The 9 of coins. That's an interesting 9 of coins. The King of wands, I'm sorry, and the King of cups. Now the kings seem to be looking to the left. We'll see if that's the same for the queens. Yep, 4 kings looking to the left. There we go, all looking to the left. There must be a reason. The Knight of wands. The Knight of cups. Really holding it on his fingertips. The Knight of swords. Are they all going the same direction? They're all going to the left. And the Knight of coins. Okay, so all these guys are going to the left. So the Queen, okay, everybody's looking to the left. That's interesting. Why is everyone looking back? Queen of cups. She's not on a beach. She's in a field. The Queen of Swords. Interesting, the Queen of Swords has fire beside her. And the Queen of Coins. So the Wands lady does not have fire, but the Swords lady does. So the Page is looking to the right. He's the only one. Are they all looking? And all the pages are looking to the right. Why? Page of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Page of Coins. All to the right, everyone to the left. Here's the Hermit. And now it's not a star inside, it's an actual candle. The Juggler, which is the Magician. Now, do we have all the things? We have the Wand. I only see the wand down there. I don't see anything else. So all the things are not on the table, I guess. Wheel of Fortune, very interesting. They're using the threads of fate, but only one. And then we have the Hangman. He's getting his enlightenment, but there's the roots down here. And are those coins? Oh, the coins are falling out of his bag of money on his side. Wallet, I guess. 8 of coins. 4 of coins. 3 of coins. Now, usually isn't 3 of coins you have people working together? He seems to be working alone. Ace of coins. 7 of wands. That is a violent one. Look, he's got not only has he got a baton, he's a knife, and goodness, he's poking him with a stick. The 6 of wands. Now I'm sure that she's, some priestess of some sort. What's going on? Hail? Ugh. 5 of wands. Usually you have everybody fighting each other, but we have one person, and he has a club, a wand, and everyone else has spears. So I'm guessing that this has a lot to do, because if you see how all the, up here, very Marseille with the symbols. Yeah, see, they all didn't recognize that earlier. So very Marseille in that. Here's the 4 of wands, 10 of coins. That's family for sure. 10 of wands. So is this a religious leader or some kind of cult leader? Everyone has their heads bowed down. He's got not a cat of 9 tails. Those are chains. And he's burning a book. Wow. So I'm guessing that the 10 of wands is real suppression and hard work and goodness. 8 of staves, wands. Yeah, getting there fast. Shirtless. 3 of wands. So now we're actually in the boat, moving. It's not standing there looking out at your boats. You're actually in the boat. The 2 of wands. That's him thinking about it. And then that's him going out. The 10 of cups. Yep. Happily ever after. That's nice. Okay. The 9 of cups. Well, there's your rainbow. The 8 of cups. Moving on. Over the bridge. And far away. The Ace of Cups. The 4 of Cups. Now that's interesting. You got the 4 of Cups and then you have a cup here. So that's 5. Oh, can't show this one. 3 of Cups. The 10 of Swords. Well, that's doom and gloom for sure. There's a little face there. I think that's a statue and there's a body there. Yeah, that's desert has taken over. The 7 of Swords. A fox, yes. The 6 of Swords. It looks like the Hermit, right? It looks like the Hermit is going. 5 of Swords. In my head I hear, hee, as he runs away. Sorry. 8 of Swords. So we have the 8 of Swords. And usually they're in the Rider-Waite, they're around her. Here, she is just blindfolded. The Ace of Swords. The World we cannot show you. Judgment. We get the full figure of the angel on that one. The 4 of Swords. It's 4 of Swords, but there's a sword. Am I being picky? Maybe. The 2 of Swords. Are they making a decision about the shield? I don't know. And the Sun will end. Oh, people. There you go. Put these on the bottom. That's interesting. Thank you for going through that. There's a lot of different things. I don't know. Does he mention that this is like a kind of a Marseille kind of showing of, it's not a pip deck. I mean, it's fully illustrated. But does it show, I'll back out, but it does look like it has Marseille influences, right? They have the picture, but they show so I went through the first 20 pages and it talked about Thoth, it talked about Marseille, it talked about all of them. So I don't know if this is just a hybrid of a bunch of things. I'm not reading anymore. I don't want to crack this spine because it's perfect. That is the deck. Again, I think this will be available on my eBay, so keep a lookout for that. And I hope you join me in the rest of this series as I go through the rest of the 175 decks. Like I say, a lot of them are duplicates, a lot of them sealed. I'm not opening them if I'm going to sell them, but if I'm going to keep them, maybe I will. Maybe. Try not to keep them. Try to get them out there. They're so beautiful. We look at the backs. Yes, we did. Okay, well, thank you for being here. Glad that you joined me. If you are interested in these kind of decks, come back. I'll do more. Lots more. Thanks for being here. Love you. Bye.